Arr. Blackbeard the Pirate King. I thought this would be a really good book to read to you since we just finished Treasure Island. Dear reader, some tales at once excite you, some tales told twice are true. Come with me, I invite you, along for the daring do, to a tale as keen as a cutlass that no man dares impeach. A tale to billow a pirate's sail is the tale of Captain Teach. Hey, who's Captain Teach, do you remember? Blackbeard the Pirate King. Arr! Look at the picture. It's way cool. The Brethren of the Coast. Down Caribbean shipping lanes where buccaneers held court, the pistol blade and a cannon made their treachery bloody sport. The Brethren of the Coast pirates no country could contain, love stealing gold and seas patrolled to a man they hated, they hated Spain. But all of the thieves of the seven seas, no one would ever reach the height and the might of the roguish knight of the black flag, Edward Teach. Arr. What do you notice about this book? Apprentice Pirate. Born in 1680, no one can say for sure. Possibly in Bristol, England, early life obscure. Teach heard them calling longingly, the sirens of the sea. Obsessed, he navigated west. His landfall? Destiny. Sometime between 1702 and 1713 was a Jamaican privateer that sailed for the Queen, and did Teach prove his valor and his boldness to the cause of the Queen Anne's War before he set about to break laws. Apprentice to the famous pirate Benjamin Harungold, Teach taught the crew a thing or two, and the future was foretold. New Providence, Bahamas, was the sea dog's port of call. He would become the most swashbuckling buccaneer of all. So cool pictures. Queen Anne's Revenge. The slaves for cargo Concord, flying the flag of France, took broadsides and surrendered at the pirates' quick advance. The capture of the prize ship was Blackbeard's richest reward, 300 men and 40 cannon outfitted aboard. Newly named Queen Anne's Revenge, the ship was rigged to please Blackbeard in weather fair or foul, and his hospital seas. And who could say what horrified those hunting ships the more? The spectator of revenge, or its bearded commodore. Arr! Edward Teach as Blackbeard. Now Teach was tall as a waterfall and strong as a rum-soaked cask. The sea would quake and the slope's wide water wake when he took a man to task. For what men feared was the cold black beard, some said was the devil's mask. His beard began beneath his eyes, curled down in pigtail braids, festooned with colored ribbons that ensured the renegades. First step to reputation for amazing escapades. No seaman soon forgot the sneer for which he was well known, or the cannon fusses lit under his hat. His vision shone, so frightful that it chilled his foes straight to the marrow bone. Arr! This is a cool book. Ooh, check that out. A pirate's colors, though often running up a flag, meant mercy would be shown, for a pirate's colors cried, leave well enough alone. Now a famous Jolly Roger that could capture Blackbeard's art was the skull and crossbones death head that would stop a human heart. But what's a rumor with at a sea that passes for suspense? Of scores of men they say that he killed. There was no evidence. So do you think he really killed all the people he said he did? That is a really cool picture. In the wake of the slopes. There we go. In 1717, Blackbeard fled for Providence. Before he reached America, he struck like a frightened meteor the Betty of Virginia, the Robert, and the Good Intent, just out of Dublin. Oh, he plundered all he could, relieving them of cargo, spices, silverware, and gold, bay rum, Marina wine, and then he stowed it in the hold. Oh, he took everything from that fancy ship. Blackbeard at play. Carousing in the taverns with his Nassau bond amiss, Teach bragged with some gusto he attacked vessels at sea. Once he mixed black gunpowder in a glass of island rum. When it caught fire, he guzzled it. Onlookers were struck dumb. He drank what he put on fire. I don't even know if that's possible. Blackbeard gives a lesson. One night he sat there drinking with his first mate, Israel Hands, and shot him in the knee and said, "Just so yous understands, no man should take a notion that a captain's place is his. A running dog, you dog, should not forget just who he is." He shot him in the knee. I think that was in the book too. The Blockade of Charleston. 'Twas blockade bold and daring, a great escape declaring. Blackbeard Pirate King supreme, sleepy Charleston was shaken. Several hostages were taken for the purpose of his scheme. Not a single gun was fired. All that Blackbeard had required were some medical supplies. One would think that he demands some money, gold, and jewels and ransom, but one has to realize, though the town was far from quiet, he avoided any riot and pursued his livelihood. Blackbeard humbled his ambition, Charleston into submission, just to prove a pirate could. That's when he stood outside Charleston. Piracy runs aground. A week beyond the Charleston blockade, the crafty Edward Teach devising a stunning deception worthy of a king of cunning. He and a few trustworthy mates betrayed so many hearties who been Blackbeard true. In what appeared an accident, he planned to run his famous flagship on the sand. Until shock of his intrigue, no one knew he'd steal away with all the jewels and gold. Later, he hoped to wrangle King's pardon for piracy, but adversaries harden. Things fall apart. The center does not hold. Months later, he would leave one thought behind: the Pirate King swashbuckling in our mind. That's a cool picture, too. The Battle of Oakland Inlet. Attack! The warnings were in vain. Teach lay an anchor at ease, but lurking at the point, the Fane, a 35-man slope would seize. The moment when, feigning defeat, and drifted closer, half its crew jumped from a hold prepared to meet Blackbeard, a fateful rendezvous. If we should fall to lesser foe, like Captain Memard's men, he swore, the Caesar light the powder, blow the ship and them into nevermore. But Caesar, Blackbeard's loyal mate, an African frightfully large, was stopped before it was too late. He never carried out the charge. Oh, so what happened to him? Oh, that's a cool picture too. Oh, they rushed him and they grabbed him and they shot him and they stabbed him with 5 pistol balls and 20 slashing swords. To the end, he did not tender one despicable surrender as he staggered, bloody, lifeless, to the boards. His fate. At Teach's Hole. The ghostly headless figure of Blackbeard, as it is said, still swims under the moonlight looking for its severed head. Oh dear, oh dear. But who knows where the truth lies in tales of daring do? The tales that most excite you are the tales twice told and true. So here, they cut off his head. He's at the bottom of the ocean, swimming around. Well, that's one tale. I hope you enjoyed this really cool book. It was written in what kind of form, my loves? I miss you, and I hope that you're doing well.